Hey, good afternoon. Scott coming to you again. Haven't done a video in several days, and that's actually intentional. One of the last videos that I actually did and put out there was about the insurance train wreck that's coming. If you don't know about it, you will, and most of you already know about it, and it's not pretty. We're going to go very quickly here. We're kind of zeroing in on homeowners insurance, but this still has something to do with auto insurance as well. And my gosh, I tell you what, for you folks out there that have a young teen driver in the house, I feel sorry for you. That's not going to be pretty. Insurance rates just for auto are going up, what, 17, 20, 22%. Homeowners insurance that I've seen is they're going up 30, 35, 40. Mine's actually more than tripled on the house in Texas. I'm in South Georgia. The homeowners insurance here has went up here in this zip code here probably around 12, 14%. That's in South Georgia. I'm in a very rural community here. It is what it is, but hey, here's the thing. This thing is hurting a lot of people, especially our elderly. And I got a lot of messages from you out there from insurance agents, from the general average Joe people like me. But here's the thing, we can complain about it all day long, but what's the solution? I'm working on it, and I've been on it for several days. I've got a lot of notes here. The solutions, there's not a bunch of them, but I've got a few. Now, some of you just said out there, I can no longer afford my homeowner's insurance and I'm dropping it. I don't advise that unless you're self-insured or have a backup plan. I'll tell you, the cost to replace a house today it's unbelievable. If your house just a few years ago was worth $100,000, it's now worth $200,000. And I understand the cost of materials, replacement costs has went up, but here's some reasons why this homeowner's insurance has went up so much. It's not only claims coming in. CEO bonuses are at an all-time high. Upper management, they're raising rates. And now let me tell you something. I'm going to throw another company out there under the bus. And I'm going to fast forward here. I hope I don't lose my place. Farmers Insurance here. Let's see. What's your, okay. CEO bonus. Somewhere between $7.9 and $9.7 million in compensation. Now, I don't know if that includes all of their stock options, free flights on the private jet, and all the extra perks. I don't know. This is going to be some 2022 data about a year and a half ago. When I go up today's data, I get a lot of mixed information. Poor fella at Farmers, man, you're going to starve to death making a salary like that. I bet you can't even afford to pay your light bill. And I'm comparing that to the guy at, let's see, where's he at on here? State Farm. Oh man, at State Farm, buddy, they are whining. Man, they're losing billions. Man, they just ain't making it. They're having such a hard time struggling, but yet the CEO got bonused out, or compensation, as far as my up-to-date data goes, $24.4 million in compensation. Now, does that include the stock options and all the extra perks, their credit card, and all the other stuff you get to use, and all those, all that traveling on that private jet? And I've got some more companies we're going to be talking about, but I'm going to tell you something else. Do you think these CEOs really think about the average Joe like me out in South Georgia, or the guy in Louisiana, or the guy in Texas, or just the plain average Joe guy that's paying their salaries? No, sir, they don't. I'm not going to say all of them. I'm going to say a majority of them would look down their nose at me. And if I wanted to have a conversation and requested a conversation with one of these CEOs, Mr. Fancy, Mr. Big Money, they would look at Scott Duckworth, and here's what they would say. Oh, throw up. What does that hayseed hick, what does he know? Get him out of here. No, they wouldn't even look at people like me. No, they don't respect my opinion. As a matter of fact, some of these CEOs will not even speak to the person who vacuums their office, much less their employees who works outside of their office. I'm not going to say all of them. I've been around some of these people. They look down on the average Joe. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about on that. CEO compensation. Let's go back here to Allstate. $18.9 million. pretty nice salary there. American Family, now I'm going to tell you something. Compared to everybody else, pretty much a low number, $6.74 million. And that particular company has actually came up. I've gotten some great comments on them. American Family Insurance. Write that down. I'm not going to put links up there because I don't have time to edit. Let's talk Geico, CEO compensation $13.6 million. And here again, I don't know if that includes all the perks, stock options, and what have you. We've already talked about Farmers. Liberty Mutual, $15.4 million. Man, I'd like to make that. Nationwide, poor fella, I'm not sure if he can afford to eat at Burger King. $3.4 million. My Lord. Not a lot of money compared to these other big cats out there. Progressive, $12.75 million. And again, State Farm at $24.4 million. Travelers, $20.8 million for the big guy in the, let's just say, pink tie and leotards. And I just don't mean Travelers, I mean all of them. USAA, which is, I believe, they're military only, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody may want to correct me on that. $4.8 million. Man, $4.8 million for a CEO of USAA. I did hear some good responses on that particular company too. That's and there's a lot more to go. This is going to be a very short video because we could talk for hours on this. Now let's talk about Farmers for just a minute. And I've dealt with Farmers before, but it's been many, many years ago, so I can't go with actual real personal experience. I'm just going by what I have looked up here. In 2022, Farmers, Jeff Daly, got a $2 million raise, okay? At the same time, raised homeowners insurance premiums by $575 million in 45 states. Wow, okay? I'd be ashamed. Man. $575 million in premium increases in 42 states. Now here's the kicker behind that. A lot of you don't know this. Laid off 11% of its workforce by email. They were blindsided, didn't even know it was coming, even though these guys planned this for months ahead. That just tells you the mentality of these people who look down their nose at people like you and me. Here again, if they talk to you and me, they'd say, throw up. Okay, fired by email. What an insult. It's never happened to me. I've never been fired from a job, but that would probably, that would hurt, all right? Now, I'm going to talk about some good companies here, and I know there's a lot more out there. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say the majority of the companies out there, I'm going to have to say a no to. But from my information and my personal experience and what I've looked up so far, here's some companies I want you to check out, all right? And again, some of these people don't know me. One or two might because I've done business with them, and I will only recommend them if they treated me good. So number one here, let's see. First Insurance Services in Jasper, Texas. If you live in Texas, you're having a homeowner's insurance problem and you need to change, I want you to, here's the phone number, 409-384-5761. Stop the video, write it down. Becky Basic is who takes care of my personal insurance over in the state of Texas. Again, I'm in Georgia. And she is on point, dots her I's and crosses her T's. If there's a problem, she calls you and she's reachable by phone. Unlike these over at Progressive. Let's see here. Okay, now a lot of you folks, now this is not going to pertain to some of you who have commercial insurance. Hey, that stuff's going out the roof here. Car washes, wedding venues, fire departments, things like that, or any other kind of commercial insurance. Here's who you can check with. He covers a lot of states. Not sure if he covers your state or not, but it's worth writing this down for you commercial insurance guys. Kyle Yeary at First Insurance Services, Montgomery County, Texas. Phone number 936-449-8055. Kyle is your go-to guy. Now here's a lady, if you're in the state of Colorado. Now listen to me, she covers a lot of states. From what I gather, she covers Arizona, Colorado, Idaho, Kansas, Nevada, Texas, Utah, and Wyoming. Man, I've seen and heard some good stuff on this lady here. Christina Dabney. Okay, let me get these glasses back on. If you're wondering why I'm taking my glasses on and off, I get complaints about that. These are readers, and I like to take them off when I'm addressing the camera or whatever. Christina Dadney, all right, covers a whole lot of insurance. Let's see, auto insurance, homeowners, and others. How do you say this? Berthoud, Colorado, Berthoud, Colorado. Her phone number, 970-670-6042. These agencies actually answer their phones during business hours. That's pretty important to me. And they also have, if you have an emergency, they have an after hours phone number. All right, that's just the short of it. I could go for another 30 minutes. I think we're around 10 minutes into this. I hope this is some valuable information to you. And again, this goes hand in hand with auto insurance. It's going up. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here, but we have got to address this together. I'm not going to tell you to drop your insurance by any means. I'm going to ask you not to, but I will tell you as a reminder, shop with your independent agent or those agents I just mentioned. Folks, the only way you're going to beat this new economy and these rip-off insurance companies is, number one, you've got to develop a winning attitude. If you just roll over and say, I can't do it, hey, you've lost and they've won. These people don't give a flip about you, I'm telling you. You've got to become self-reliant on your own homework on how to do this. Only I can help you and give you phone numbers, but you've got to take action. And I'm going to tell you, I said it a while back, put yourself a 14-day plan and get yourself an insurance checkup. And that's also even on your life insurance. There's people out there with 4, 5, 6 different whole life insurances, and you're still at a fairly young age. You need to talk to somebody and get it condensed down to one and save yourself $100, $150 a month right now. If you save $150 a month and invest the difference, put that $150 a month into a retirement plan, a mutual fund. Talk to Edward D. Jones out there. Personally, my money is being handled by Nationwide. I'm fairly happy with the returns I'm getting on it, and we're going to get onto that here soon. But right now, with this inflation, we're all getting our tails kicked. Only you can get your tail unkicked. This is Scott Duckworth. I've got a lot more to come, but if I can save you money, I'm going to try my best to give you every pointer out there. Right now, the middle class is getting hurt, and all these guys out there making the millions, they don't care. That's hey, you know what? If a jar of mayonnaise is $9, they don't care. Trust me, it's not going to affect them. The lower income earners, you're getting hurt, and most of all, our retired people, you are hurting. And again, we're going to be talking about AARP and AMAC, who's the best. I'll be looking for some of the very best ideas for our folks out there that are retired and have paid the price. Thank you for listening. If you've liked what you've seen so far, hit the like button or subscribe. I've got a lot more coming. I just don't want to do long 30-minute videos. Right now, we're at 13 minutes and 9 seconds. That's long for me. If you've got suggestions, please comment. I get several people who say, hey man, I got my insurance cut by 30 or 40%, but they don't ever tell me or rarely tell me who they went with. So if you found a way or you can recommend a company, put it in the comments so we can all see it. We're all in this together. Thank you again. This is Scott in South Georgia. Let's save a buck. Thank you again.